This week on Losers of Initiative.
12.
You are unable to pick this lock.
Get up there, Nate. Do it, Nate.
Okay, okay. I guess I'll try and pick it, even though I have no picking ability, but I'm going to do it.
Okay. You want?
Jesus Christ, Nate. It's got a backup die.
Oh my god!
So you want to roll low. What'd you get?
I rolled a 1.
The noise coming in the distance. It's sort of a clanky clank machine noise. It's very faint, but you can make it out now that the fighting has stopped and you guys are kind of resting. You hear it faintly in the distance, and you're assuming that it's probably coming from the cave that the Indian chief had spoken about. You make your way in that direction, and sure enough, about 10 minutes or so, going through the southern Badlands, kind of going around some hills and rocks and stuff. You come over a ridge or around a bend, and you see before you a few, thatch huts thrown together kind of quickly. They're not really well done. But what really draws your attention is a large cave opening in one of the larger hills in the Badlands, and eerily decorated on the mouth of this cave entrance. It looks like it is almost a bestial head kind of carved out of the stone above the entrance to the cave.
Do we know what kind of beast?
To you, it kind of looks like the head of a gargoyle from your fantasy background. You're back in the Greyhawk and your other characters' lives, you recognize it as sort of like a gargoyle-looking head, which is very strange, very out of place.
Grug confused by that head.
Also, at this point, I just want to make sure that we know that I do have the lever-action rifle out, not my pistol.
Okay.
So, is there anybody, milling around the little huts and stuff?
Nope.
Or?
You see no one outside, and the noise is obviously coming from the cave. And it's actually, as you were approaching, that was kind of your guiding direction, was kind of from the noise. But as you get closer, you when you see the cave, the noise actually dies down and stops.
All right, we win.
Yay!
Let's go home.
All right.
Okay, so with it getting quieter as we get closer, I'm gonna kind of lower down a little bit, kind of almost crawling.
Okay.
As we get closer, because I don't want to.
What did we do with the horses? Because we saved them.
We still have them.
Yeah, but
Just tie them up to a tree or a...
just want to make that clear, because we're probably not riding up on the horses.
I like to
I'm
imagine.
getting low on my horse.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I've taught the horse how to crowd into a wheel.
low crawl horsing.
I was imagining Ovak getting off his horse and crawling next to the horse. And the horse is still just following him.
Walking along.
He's thinks he's beat off.
Come on, horse, get down.
Stay down. How do you guys feel about just watching this area for a little bit until nightfall?
Terrible idea. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. I just want to go.
Do we want to rush up there right now, or do we want to kind of...
Guns blazing.
Yeah.
Well, no,
scope it out.
Regardless of what we do, I want to go around to the left to get more of an advantage point. So if anyone does come out of the cave, that they're not just shooting straight at us, where we're kind of spread out, so we can get better angles.
Oh, gotcha. Is there stuff we could hide behind? A hill?
Oh, yeah.
We can hide behind?
Yeah, the Badlands, you're still in the rocky stuff around the cave. Like I said, it's a couple 100 feet away from you still.
All right, yeah. So Grug's going to go on the backside of a little hill and then just kind of lay on his stomach and peek his head up barely over the hill to kind of watch the cave
So
entrance.
You guys are kind of staking it out.
Yeah.
Stake out.
So how long do you do that?
Do we want to wait till nightfall?
37 minutes.
37 minutes we will stake it out.
37 minutes?
38's when
As
they come
soon
out.
as you
38.
stand up,
Alright.
one of them walks out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, about a half hour goes by, and there's no action. Everybody make an observation check.
This is where I shine.
I beat it by, I can't even think, 9.
My observation is 16. I rolled a 10.
Mine's 12, and I rolled a 14. Failed it by 2.
Okay. So both Ovak and Zerosi, or Orin and Ewan, faintly hear, now that there's no machine noise or anything, you do faintly hear the sound of running water.
Coming from the direction of the cave?
Correct. You don't see any rivers or streams or anything nearby that would make that noise. So and it's coming from the direction of the cave, so sounds like there's water running inside the cave too.
I'm gonna get like 50 feet closer.
Okay. So you close the gap.
I'm going to watch him get 50 feet closer.
Okay. So you move up. Still no motion, no sound, no other than a faint water noise. But that's
Less
about it.
faint now.
Correct.
So I'm just gonna wave them up. Come on, guys. Come on.
Grug follow Ovak. I don't know. Grug got no choice, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay. So you guys move up
Grug.
all the way.
Yeah,
Grug
sure.
want to look in the hut.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
check it
so
out.
you get to the ramshackle huts.
They have windows at all?
No.
Doors?
Just openings.
Well, I'm going to look in an opening then.
Okay. You see inside, it's kind of a cluttery mess. It looks like Ovak or Orin. It looks kind of like a miner's hut. There's some old pots and pans hanging from the wall. Looks like there's a fire pit with a kettle sitting on it. But none of it's like the fire pit's not on. Nothing's warm. It's like an abandoned hut. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's in use or been occupied for a while. Maybe the people that made the cave or were miners in the cave or whatever.
Bedding?
But you don't really. No, there is no sign
bedding.
of. Yeah.
And then how long is a while? Like a few days? Or
No signs of use.
Okay.
So.
Because I wasn't sure if maybe this was
months or years, possibly.
Because I was thinking maybe they were down mining for a few days and then they come up and that kind of thing. But if it's been years, then
Possibly years. Don't know.
okay.
Grug wants to go check another hut.
Okay. Just to kind of speed things up, they're all the same.
Grug's going to check another hut after that.
Okay. It's different. Oh.
I'm gonna go.
There's two pans
there's
on
two
the wall
pans on
instead of 3.
I'm going to stay where I can keep, a line on the cave while
Okay.
he's rummaging around.
Okay.
Any old torches or anything laying around?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna just break some of the housing apart to kind of make a makeshift torch,
All right.
and then I'm gonna light it.
It's middle of the afternoon.
And go into
Oh,
the
we're
cave.
going in. Oh. I was about to ask what we were going to do, but Ovak's going in.
No,
so
I'm in. I'm already in.
Grug's following him.
So you get a torch ready. All right. So you approach the cave entrance, and sure enough, it looks like now that you're closer, just Ovak. Make an observation check.
Oh, my observation is 16, and I rolled an 18.
It looks like the gargoyle head that's been carved up it's been modified. It wasn't always a gargoyle head. It was something else that's been changed, but you can't tell what it was. And yeah, it looks like there was possibly other carvings around the cave entrance that have been vandalized and destroyed. So, actually, Honkwe, Grug, why don't you make an observation roll too?
No, I don't want. You excluded me from the first one. I don't even want to make this one. Yeah, beat it by 1.
Okay. You have a feeling that, the inner Honkwe inside Grug, this is some sort of old Indian place.
Like a sacred burial ground or something.
Perhaps. You can't really make, since you're illiterate and you are still Grug, you can't really put your finger on it, but yeah, you get a gut feeling that this is an old Indian burial ground.
What do we see within?
Okay, so inside the cave, sure enough, looking into the cave, about the point where the light from outside starts to dwindle, you see on the walls, it looks like torches, but they're burning like a flare. You guys know, like modern day flares, how they kind of like a sparkler, but brighter and blue. So there's like these fuzzy blue sparkler lights on the walls inside the passage of the cave.
Ooh, they're fuzzy. Grug, go pet one.
Oh, Grug, love to pet.
And there's the cave. It's like a natural caverny type cave that goes in probably about 50 or 60 feet and then sort of slowly bends to the right.
I'm going to take like the torch and I'm just going to kind of bash it against the blue fuzz. I kind of want to see if it goes out, like if it has the ability to go out.
It does not.
Okay.
Your torch does.
So then I relight it.
Okay.
I guess Grug lead the way, Kovac follow.
Or should I lead the way? Kind of. No, you've got more hit points. You lead the way.
You can't really sneak in this game, can you?
Yeah.
Can he? Why don't you sneak up there and see what's around the corner? Don't go off to another room where an axe comes down and cuts you in half, but I mean, like...
Okay. Yeah.
Sneak ahead and see if you can see anything.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and scout ahead.
Okay, so you go around the bend and see what lies ahead. Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
My stealth is a 12, and I rolled a 1.
Woohoo!
So I beat it by a lot.
Huge success. Okay, so you go around the bend, and it leads to a T intersection in the cavernous hallways still. From the right passageway, you actually hear some voices speaking. You can't really make out what they're saying. You just kind of hear them a little ways off, obviously around some more bends. And to the left, nothing but silence.
Okay, I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and go back and get these guys, and we can pretty safely get up to the T.
Okay. We're going to follow Zerosi to the T.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I don't...
Yeah,
can they hear as well as I...
They can hear it too. You guys are being very quiet because you're sneaking. And you can actually hear some voices in the distance from the right passage.
Grug think maybe you sneak ahead again.
The direction of the voices?
Grug not so sure.
What? But Grug is always the decision maker of the group.
Grug say yes. The
Yes,
direction of voices.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to sneak in the direction of the voices.
Okay. So go ahead and make another stealth roll.
This time I rolled a 2.
Making it still by a huge amount. So you quietly move along the passage until it bends a couple times, left and right, and it opens up into a room where it's a natural cavern room, but there have been walls constructed in the natural cavern room so that it doesn't feel like a natural cavern, basically. And through the middle of the room is a stream, small stream, not it's probably about 3 feet wide, but it's got sort of like walls to make sure that it follows on the course. Comes in from the left side of the room and leaves for the right side of the room, and straight across, it's kind of a larger room, probably about 40 feet by 40 feet, and in the middle of the opposite wall there is an archway leading into more cavern. But what really draws your attention is that there are 3 people in this room dressed in Western gear, like cowboy thugs kind of, and they're apparently playing some sort of dice game. This looks like it might be like a living room, perhaps, or like a common room that they maybe a guard room, but it's awful big for a guard room. But
so, just kind of based on what I can see in the area, does it give any kind of indication as to like how many people this might be like set up for? Well,
being the size that it is, and there's various bits of furniture strewn about. Looks like there's like some wicker or wooden chairs and benches, and a couple places that might be like beds, piles of furs or something for beds. Best guess, maybe a dozen or so. And there's also, because it's still a natural cavern, some stalactites and stalagmites in this room. But they've got, they've been, it's been cleaned up. The room looks like it's been cleaned up.
Yeah.
So it's not like just a bunch of loose rocks on the floor and stuff. It's the walls have been covered in actual walls instead of just natural cavern walls and whatnot. Plenty of obstacles, so you could stealth and navigate your way through this room without possibly without being seen by the 3 people that are in this big room with all the clutter in it. So.
Yeah. The stream. You said it's got like walls kind of keeping it in. So does it look like it is a man-made stream, or were there just kind of walls put in case like high water does so it doesn't spill out over the rest of the cave?
No, it looks like it's probably a natural occurring stream within this cave complex that they just sort of put like canal walls on either side of it, even though it's not really a canal because it's so small, but to either keep it from eroding the floor away or to make it easier to cross, because there's actually a couple spots in this room where there's like a little stone arch that goes spanning the little 3-foot bridge.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to try to sneak past these guys while Grug and Ovak are still back.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to go back to them. Explain that there's people up here. I believe that I could probably sneak past. Based on how we've been moving, do I think that they could probably also?
It would definitely be easy for you to, just because you're a pretty sneaky guy. You think that they would, Grug and Ovak would have a chance to do so just because of the size of the room. There's only 3 dudes in it, and there's lots of stuff. But it's not a guaranteed thing.
Okay.
Grug wonders if we could sneak up and just take these 3 men out.
I mean, I've got a throwing knife, which I can also just use as a knife, and I've got knife skill.
Grug also good at hand-to-hand.
And I pat my biceps.
Grug think Ovak not so much.
I did kill the zombies with the baseball bat, so...
Yeah, he doesn't need a knife. He just uses his rifle.
Grug think if things get crazy, we take them out.
Yeah, I think if we're going to try that, then we almost should sneak directly to them to just do that, rather than
Agreed.
be 40 feet away when they finally spot us and start yelling out and shooting. And
Do you want to see what's down the other side before we go in there?
yeah, sure. We'll go. I'll check out the other direction where the people were not.
So you head left at the T intersection, and it's natural caverny, and it goes for about 50 feet, winding again, and it opens up into a room that's naturally caverny still, with no other apparent exits. And in the room, you notice that there are several piles of rocks and twigs, about 6 feet oval, 6 feet long, and about 3 feet wide. And there's about 8 or 10 of them.
So essentially, like places where people are buried,
Perhaps.
is what it looks like.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I don't really want to go inspect that any closer, so I'm going to go back to them. And yeah, I think let's go up to the room, and then let's sneak towards them and see if we can
With the people in it?
see if we can silently or quietly dispatch of them.
Grug ready.
All right, so you guys are attempting to all sneak up. What weapons do you have out ready to use?
Fists.
Knife,
Not you.
not your tomahawk.
Are we intending to kill these people?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I don't see why not. Tomahawk's good.
Yeah, every piece of information you have would lead you to believe that these guys are responsible for all of the evil that, like the zombie guys and because the Indians said that there's great evil from the cave. All the clues have led to this is the source of evil. Okay? So knife, tomahawk, and
Rifle.
Just rifle butt.
Yep.
Club him to death. Okay, so I need everybody to make a stealth roll. If you do not have stealth skill, it is 1/2 of your coordination.
Perfect. Oh yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, dang.
I rolled a 12.
And your
Half my coordination is 7.
so you missed it by 5.
Missed it by 5.
I'm probably gonna blow mine right here too. So
Ooh,
I rolled a 20.
nat 20.
After a 1 and a 2.
Can I just climb in the river and float down past them?
Just alligator, your eyes peeking out above the water as you kind of go by them.
He's got a straw. We're like, where the hell did you get a straw from?
I'm so stealthy.
All right, so as you're approaching, they notice Zerosi. They notice Ewan before he gets there. I mean, you guys are kind of sticking together because you wanted to jump them together. Ewan accidentally bumps something and it falls off the table or something like that.
Like a dum-dum.
Why don't we see? So you rolled a 20. You are noticed when you are about 15 feet away from them. So what I would like to do is they are taken by surprise. Okay, they notice you, but they are taken by surprise. So there's a moment of hesitation as they size who you are. Like, are you one of us? Are you not one of us? How'd you get here? All of that kind of floods through their mind quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll initiative to see who gets to react first. So go ahead and just roll a d20 and add your coordination skill to it, coordination ability.
31.
20.
33.
19.
Nice.
So you guys actually take advantage of their moment of hesitation and get to act first. You figure you could probably close the distance and get one attack in on them.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Grog's going to move up and attack.
All right. So go ahead and make your d20 rolls because we're going to go into melee combat, all of us. And if you have a skill, knife skill for Honkwe and Ewan.
Well, I do have knife skill. I rolled a 16, and my knife skill is level 1, so that makes it a 17.
There you go.
Does my rifle skill carry over
Nope.
to my...
Nope.
I'm using a rifle, though.
So I rolled a 1, so I got 2.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, and you actually don't add anything. So the results...
Even though I'm using my rifle.
Correct.
And I have rifle skill.
But you're not. That's shooting your rifle.
He probably trained how to use his rifle that way in the wild.
So the result
Can I train?
is as you guys ran up, Zerosi stabs his guy in the throat, who gurgles and falls to the ground dead.
That's what happens with us, too, I'm sure.
You swing your tomahawk, but the guy ducks. He saw it coming a mile away, and he ducks. And Orin, you swing your rifle butt, and you hit the guy, but you kind of hit him in the side.
Okay.
Aim it at his head. He kind of moves, so you grabs it or something. It deflects it down to where it hits him for a little bit of damage, but it doesn't incapacitate him. The guy that Honkwe is attacking ducks under and pulls a knife out of his boot.
Whoa.
Okay. The guy that Orin hit with the rifle butt grabs with his arm, because he hit him like in the side of his chest area, and he uses his arm on that side to kind of wrap up your rifle. And he's basically grabs it with his other hand, and he's kind of trying to pull it out of your hand as you're holding it.
Strength battle.
Strength battle. And the guy that Zerosi stabbed just kind of gurgles and falls to the ground, blood coming out of his mouth and neck. All right. So
That went well. Exactly how we planned it.
So, huzzah.
Went well for me.
We are going to go into round 1 of regular combat now. So we're going to go ahead and see who goes first. Oh, probably them.
20.
30.
25.
30. Roll again, Orin.
That is a 27.
23. So Orin actually goes first. So you have a couple options. You can choose to grapple, and in grappling, you're going to attempt to basically pull this rifle out from the guy's got the rifle. It's like a test of strength to grapple. Or you can basically just let him have your rifle and go into brawling with him. Because the way he's got, the rifle under his arm and he's holding it, there's no way that he's going to be able to, if you just let it go, he's not going to be able to shoot it this round because he's got it all, funny.
Is it even
not loaded?
He's just trying to pull it out of your hand. Well, that's right. It's not loaded.
Well, this is the break action. Wouldn't you always keep the one shot in there?
No.
Okay.
No, because, I
guess that's true.
I didn't want to shoot in a cave, so I didn't even load it.
And even though, we had them mixed up before and we weren't calling it the break action, you did always load it at the start of every fight. So you just don't keep your rifle loaded.
Is there a stone nearby?
No, like I said, they've kind of cleared this. It's a pretty well taken care of room. But, there's a bottle on the table because they were playing some dice game right here.
Okay.
And obviously they were drinking some whiskey while they were doing so. So there's a bottle on the table right beside you.
Okay, so I'm going to let go, grab the bottle, and bash it over his head.
All right, so go ahead and roll a d20. And you're actually going to add a 1 to this.
Wow.
That's like having bottle. You have bottle skill, but not rifle skill.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is situational.
So
Bottle skill.
with the 1, I rolled a 16.
16. So you actually hit him across the jaw with this bottle. And I have to see. Oh, that's good. Roll a d20, and you want high. Okay.
7.
So you don't knock him out, okay? But you do knock the snot out of him. You smash it across him. He's like, oh! Obviously doing some damage to him.
Grug, I thought you were the strong one of this.
Grug is.
You haven't done anything.
Grug like to let Ovak shine.
Okay,
Like beautiful star he is.
so the guy that pulled a knife on Grug, rolls a 5. That's a miss. He just straight up swings and misses.
Grug doesn't want a hug right now.
He swings and misses. The guy that you hit with the bottle has and he rolled a 1. So yeah, and he gets actually a minus. He gets a penalty. So he does poorly as well. Losers of initiative.
I rolled a 6, so I got a 7.
Okay, that's a swing and a miss.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to knife the one that's on Grug.
Okay, so you're kind of taking him by surprise. No, you're not. So he kind of sees you out of the corner of his eye coming at him. So go ahead and roll.
That makes a 10.
Okay, you do cut him just a little bit. One damage, light wound.
And then I'm gonna back up.
Stick and move. And now we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative again. Round 2. Actually, no. Actually, we don't roll initiative again because in melee combat, there's actually 2 exchanges per round.
Oh, okay.
Winners go, losers go, winners go, losers go. And then we do initiative again. So each round has 2 exchanges. So this is the back half of round 1.
Okay, so the bottle broke.
Yep.
Is it in like a jagged?
Yeah, it
Yeah, I'm
is.
gonna stab.
Stab him.
Oh,
That's a miss.
He
rolled a 5.
Yeah, he rolled a 5.
Rolled a 5 with modifiers. Still a miss. Okay. And now they go. So Orin, he misses. And Hunkwe, he misses.
All right, Hunkwe is going to make an attack with Tomahawk at a 12.
12. A not a serious. You did a little bit, but not that much. Not that much.
Cut his arm off.
Doesn't really slow him down.
All right, and at the same guy again.
Wow.
I rolled a 1.
does he stab me?
Horrible miss. All right, so now we're gonna roll initiative again. We're gonna start round 2. Top of round 2.
30.
26.
23.
17. So you guys
Ooh.
get to all go first.
Get another high roll like that one. 15.
So Honkway rolled a 15. Oh. So
Oh.
that's a pretty good. Oh yeah, you tomahawk him right square in the left eye.
Ooh.
So you bring it down, just whack right kind of in his face.
Grug say you didn't see that one coming.
And it's not pretty as he collapses to the ground. All right.
Grug immediately is going to turn at Ovak and give him like a kind of look.
And I'm distracted by this, and I miss because I rolled an 8. So
Roll again at 8 with your broken bottle. You actually do 1. You do hit.
I'm still looking at him, and I still hit.
Eye contact.
That's
with
the
Grug.
no look attack.
All right, now I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay, so you're attacking the one that's remaining.
That's a 13.
Again, a very light hit. Still going. So he is going to swing the rifle butt. Actually, no. He brings, because you let go of the rifle, so he's got the rifle. He swung last time. This round, he's going to bring it to bear. And he's going to level it. He's going to level that rifle straight at Zerosi and pull the trigger and click. And he's like, ah!
And then I go,
ha! He would have hit you right in the chest, by the way. So yeah, he grabs, levels the rifle at Zerosi and pulls the trigger, and there's just an audible click as Zerosi kind of jumps back. Ah!
Yeah, even though I know he doesn't keep it loaded, in that moment, just suddenly
Instinct.
the rifles come into my face.
All right, so bottom of the second round.
Grug's going to go with a 5.
Okay, that's a miss.
Okay.
I rolled an 8, so another light wound.
Yep. It's a little tinky.
And I got a 4.
And that's a miss.
We are awful at this.
So he is going to swing the rifle butt at Zerosi now. So Zerosi, with his penalties, you actually just take 1 point of blunt damage, so that's that not permanent. And now it is initiative for the top of the third.
Oh,
28.
35.
15.
12. Wow.
That's a 13.
All right. Another Nick.
I rolled an 11.
Another Nick.
I rolled a 12.
And that finishes him off.
Yeah.
Tink, tink, pinkly, plinky, plinky, plinky.
Death by 1,000
He's
cuts.
got all these little slashes on him, arms, shoulders, legs, chest, but they're little. But it's enough to just kind of wear him, and he just falls to a knee and kind of gurgles for a second, and then falls over.
We didn't have a plan for after this.
Well,
I'm gonna search the bodies.
All right.
Grug's gonna search the quote-unquote rooms.
yeah, we could kind of try and hide the bodies and then keep searching.
Yeah.
Okay. So they actually, they all have pistols that none of them used. And Grug, Honkway, you search the room and you find that kind of hidden behind some of the junk in a stalagmite, there is an exit from this room, just like an opening, a small opening off to the side that Zerosi had apparently not seen before.
Grug's gonna investigate it.
Okay.
So I grab 2 of the 6-shooters.
Okay. You don't have any place to put them, so you're just going to have to kind of hold on to them unless you, tuck them into your belt.
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck them into my belt.
Okay. Geezer style. So as Ewan and Orin are kind of concealing the bodies in the room, and Honkway did a quick kind of search around the room, found the side exit to the room. You go down it, and it is a very short hallway back to that natural caverny stuff. It doesn't have the reinforced stone structure walls. It only goes a little ways and leads into a small room, probably only about 15 feet by 10 feet. And in this room are tons of boxes and crates, as well as several stacks of rifles and ammunition boxes and things like that. Looks like it's their storage room for their standard thug gear.
I want to look in the boxes and crates.
Okay. In the boxes and crates, there are dried food like rice, hard bread, stuff like that.
Gonna take a loaf of hard bread and head back to the other guys.
Okay.
Come walking out, just munching on
Yeah.
them.
So you guys are
Loaf.
finishing up, like hiding the bodies, basically, as Honkway comes back chewing on some hard bread.
Did you happen to see like a black suit in the down the hallway?
Grug say there were no black suits.
Hey, now, did you bring enough snacks to share with the class?
Grug say no. There's Grugs.
And he immediately eats
So
it.
Rosie, yeah, just as fast as I can.
Although,
Crumbs everywhere.
but it's like dry
Yeah, it's
bread,
dry.
so it's just like.
I'm gonna go dunk my head in the stream to rehydrate.
Well, we keep exploring now that the bodies are hidden.
All right. So there's the exit from the room.
That's
Yeah,
the
across
direction.
the room. Yeah, let's head that way.
Alrighty, so making your way across the room, heading out that other archway. Out the other archway, the walls are still sort of reinforced walls, like constructed walls, and it's a nice hallway. And there's actually tile on the floor in this hallway, and it leads into another large room. And you don't hear any voices as you're approaching. Do you want to?
I'm gonna be sneaky and
Yeah, I still say we have you
Yeah.
sneak ahead.
yeah.
So, Orin and Honkway both stop as Ewan goes ahead.
Yeah, I already burned my 20 for the night.
All right, so go ahead, sneak away.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you sneak into the room, and it looks like it is some sort of mess hall or dining room or something. It's about 20 foot by 20 foot rectangular shaped, and there are exits on the left and right side of the room as you're coming in. You know, looking to the left, looking to the right, you see doorways, actually doors. And there's like a big long dining table, about 16 or so chairs around the table. Looks like there's some other tables with mugs and glasses and stuff on it.
If there's hard bread, I want to grab 2 loaves.
Aha!
Grug say thank you. Takes them away immediately.
Yeah, no, there's nobody in here. There's
Correct.
how many exits on each wall?
Just one. One
Oh.
exit on the
Oh,
wall
gotcha,
to your
okay.
left as you look left. One exit on the wall to your right as
And
you look right.
there was not one straight ahead.
There is not.
Okay, I want to listen down each of the exits.
At the doorway, or at the doors, because
Yeah.
there's doors. Roll a d20.
I got a 1.
Okay, and that was for the door on the left. Listening to that, you actually hear what sounds like bubbling and faint machine noises.
Okay.
Similar to the machine noises you heard from, a half a mile away outside, but much quieter.
Okay.
So it's probably the same thing that was making those noises, but it's in silent mode or something. And you also hear sort of like bubbling, like the sound that water would make if it was boiling.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to the other door and do the same.
Okay.
And I rolled a 12.
Okay. You can't hear any noise coming from beyond that door.
Grug say, what does Zerosi think? What does Zerosi gut feel? Grug gut feel very upset right now. Stale bread, not good.
Well, yeah, especially after you eat 3 loaves of it.
Grug sorry. Grug sorry.
I think that we should at least open up and inspect the quiet door and see what's kind of that way, because we've got some idea what's the other way, so let's do that.
Grug follows Zerosi.
I'm going to attempt to check for traps.
So you go up to the door, you start looking around and feeling around the door. Go ahead and roll a d20.
I mean, I'm just used to doing that.
Yep.
I got a 10.
There's no sign of any sort of trap mechanism or anything like that.
Okay, well, I guess let's go ahead and open the door.
But with that check, you do discover that the door is locked.
And even if I could still remember, like, I'm sure there's the, like, muscle memory for lock picking, even though I'm in a different body, but I don't have lock picks.
No, this is where orange shines.
Right, so basically you're going to roll a d20 and tell me what you get. Low is good.
12.
You are unable to pick this lock.
Get up there, Nate. Do it, Nate.
Okay, yeah, okay. I guess I'll try and pick it, even though I have no picking ability, but I'm going to do it.
Okay? You want...
Jesus Christ, Nate. He's got a backup die.
Oh, my God!
So you want to roll low. What'd you get?
I rolled a 1.
So a 1 on a d20. So you successfully pick the lock.
Wow.
Apparently, in this world, he was a thief.
Yeah.
He is a mechanical master because he picks the lock pretty easily, actually.
This is like a child could have picked this.
What do we see on the other side? Open the door.
Yeah,
open the door. All right, so on the other side, it looks like a nice and fancy bedroom. There's a bed. It's actually a carpeted floor.
Shag.
Is it
Nice.
giant size?
No,
Okay.
it's person size.
Okay.
There's a wardrobe or an armoire. There's a desk. There's like a foot locker at the end of the bed.
Are there any, like, family portraits, family pictures?
You don't get that far because you do see a person sitting at the desk. Sort of, their back is to you, I guess, the desk. It is a man. Gray-haired man. He's not responding to you opening the door.
Is he wearing a black suit?
Does he look like he's moving at all?
No, it doesn't.
I nudge Zerosi and I'm like, go in there. Like, I gesture to, like, sneak in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll inspect closer.
Like sneaking up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you sneak up quietly, kind of straight up behind him.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it looks like he's even breathing or anything.
Okay. If he's breathing so softly and shallowly that he's not moving.
And then I'm going to come up behind him and just... no, I guess, I'm going to see if I can, like, kind of look or, as stealthily as I still can. Eventually he's going to spot me if he's alive, but kind of try to get a profile view of him and see if he's alive.
So you kind of still quietly kind of move to the side and you're looking kind of at the side. So as you're approaching behind him, you slowly start making your way around to see, what the deal is with this dude. Motionless. Eyes open, staring straight ahead, not blinking. Gray hair, gray mustache, very sort of clean-cut looking guy. You recognize as Colonel Daughtry.
Oh, snap. That son of a gun.
Oh, dang. Was his hair all gray and stuff before?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not moving, blinking, or he's just sitting there stiff as a board, basically.
Okay.
Eyes open, staring straight ahead. No reaction.
I'm going to nudge him.
He's visiting another plane.
Okay, so you kind of nudge him.
Yep.
Nothing.
Check his pulse.
No response.
Yeah, I guess if there's no response, and I'm sure I know how. I'm going to, like, check for a pulse and stuff and see if he's actually dead.
Okay, first thing you do is see, is he actually breathing?
Yeah.
And he's not. And then you kind of like, so you kind of put your hand up to his neck or fingers or whatever to feel his pulse.
Yeah.
And there's no sign of anything. He's not cold to the touch. You know, he feels normal. But he's not. There's no sign of any sort of breathing or heartbeat or anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna see, like, I don't know if I have to move his collar or whatever, but see if he has like similar puncture marks like the other things that we killed.
The holes in those other things,
Yeah.
that looked like there were tubes inserted into them and removed, were like some of them were in their neck and their sides and their arms, and from what you can see, he doesn't have any of that. There's no, and he's not like the pale that those guys were either.
Well, but I don't know if maybe that's just because he was just turned.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Or maybe they perfected their technique in reanimating the people.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and wave these guys in. And
Okay.
I'm actually going to guard the door, like step just inside the door and then just...
Kind of close it partly and look
Yeah.
out, or
I think that makes sense.
It opens inward or outward?
inward into the room.
So actually, I'm going to come in the door and close the door, but then I'll stand, like, right behind the door. So if something comes through, I'm right there to
So the door's all the way closed, and you're standing
guard at the door.
blocking it basically
Yeah.
from opening. Okay.
So is like his shirt tucked in?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yeah. He looks really clean cut, like you saw him. You know, he looks nice, nice looking man.
Okay, I'm just gonna like start patting him down.
Whoa.
I know,
All
right?
Oh, he's just going right past the ocular pat down.
Yeah, no,
Physical pat
it's
down.
full pat down now. No, I'm just gonna start like feeling where like I saw the tube
tube
entry,
holes
yeah,
or
two
whatever?
entry marks or
Okay.
whatever.
So you're-
trying to feel for those.
Yeah, you're feeling for any sort of contusions,
Yeah.
lacerations, holes, anything.
bubbly bits.
Yep. Nothing. He feels absolutely normal.
Grug say check the desk.
Yeah, so while he's doing that, then I'm going to, like, go
Okay.
through the desk.
So he's sitting back enough from the desk, even though he's not moving. He's sitting back enough from the desk where you could like open drawers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he on a wheelie chair?
No, he's not. So you start going through the desk. He's got some papers actually on the desk, which probably what you would look at first. From what you can see, the papers on the desk are talking about business transactions having to do with the Lazy J Ranch. And you're like, okay, this look pretty normal stuff to you. And you open up the desk drawers and more of the same. It's pretty much his office for the paperwork and the operations of the Lazy J Ranch.
Well, I say we, like, tie the... You either just knife him, or we tie him up and continue moving along.
Or we can weekend at Bernie.
I was thinking that too. Hello, I'm Colonel Daltrey, and you guys need to turn that machine off.
They went that way.
Weekend at Colonel Daughtry's.
So as I'm patting him down, I'm gonna actually check to see if he has the tattoo that the other outlaws have had, I guess.
Okay. So you kind of open his shirt up, and you're gonna pull his shirt down, his button-up shirt down over his shoulder to see.
I hold my hand over his nipples so I can't see them. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So you open it up, his shirt up to see that. But as soon as you do, you see that his chest is literally covered with like spider web tattoos. And you're like, whoa.
He's killed some people.
And you kind of keep going with it, and you go over and you see, and the spider web tattoo is designed on him so that if he's all buttoned up looking like he normally does, you have no idea. You can't see any of it. But as soon as you like start opening his shirt and all that, he's just covered with spiderweb tattoos. And when you lower the shoulder down to see where the tattoo was on the other guys, he has a large Black Widow tattoo of the Black Widow spider on his arm.
Is it about the same size?
It's larger.
Larger.
Yep.
So he's just under paralysis, because remember when we looked at the darkness in the evil room?
Very similar. So when you guys were back in the world of Greyhawk before you made your transition to Boot Hill, and you were in the evil temple room, when you stared into that darkness and kind of like froze, you couldn't move, you couldn't take your eyes away, all that, that's what he looks like. He actually looks like that.
So now the deal is, do we break him out of the gaze like we did for each other?
Or do we weekended
or do
Bernie's
we
him?
just knife him? Well, that would break his gaze.
I really want a weekend at Bernie's him. I mean, I'm just saying. What is he looking at?
He's looking straight ahead.
Is there something straight ahead?
Nope, it's just a wall.
And it also might not be a gaze thing, but I just know that's what worked for us.
We need to check Neeb when we find him. Greg, mark that down. I say we tie him up, if in case he's something, who knows, dangerous, and try and break his gaze, because he might be able to help us.
So like tie him to the chair,
wheel him around
real well.
Oh, it's not a wheelie
It's
chair.
not a wheelie chair.
Damn.
Tie him to the chair real well, gag him, and then break the gaze.
Yeah, so let's use the rope.
Yeah.
So weekend at Bernie.
So you're gonna tie him up while he's sitting in the chair to try and not like jostle him or do too much moving around.
Right.
Get
To
his
the chair.
arms and
Until
legs
he's
real-
tied up. Right.
Correct.
You tie his arms to the chair, his legs to the chair, and his chest to the back of the chair.
So it has armrests,
Yep.
but it doesn't have wheelies.
Correct.
This world sucks. And then do we have anything to gag him with?
Well, you could, there's a wardrobe and a footlocker and all that. He's
Yeah, just-
probably got some clothes, like a sock.
I was gonna say, does he
probably
can we
has
find dirty
socks
socks?
Yeah.
Just like shove dirty socks in his mouth.
Yeah, let's find it.
Oren, take off one of your socks. It's all brown and sweaty.
Even you're afraid to touch it.
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't good.
I haven't taken these things off in weeks.
All right.
So yeah,
Maintains the form of my foot. And it's so like crusted. I don't think I can ball this up.
All right. Let's do that stuff.
All right, so you find one of his socks from the footlocker or wardrobe or whatever, and shove it in his mouth. You've tied his arms to his armrest, his legs to the legs of the chair, his back to the back of the chair. He's gagged, so I think you guys are all ready.
all right, we're gonna attempt to break the gaze. Just like, I don't know, pull the chair away or something.
I was going to
with him in
spin
it.
him, but he's not in a f***ing wheelie chair.
You can still spin it.
What if we just like slice his cheek?
Whoa!
Jesus Christ!
Why?
I don't know, maybe pain.
Dutch still has.
Haven't tried anything else. Let's try pain first.
Dutch still has the broken bottle. He starts like tracing the spider webs.
Yeah, let's try, I guess, turning the chair first.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, which I'm going to assume now it's not going to, we'll try, like...
Slicing his cheek.
So you turn the chair, and it sure enough, it doesn't do anything. He's still just sort of motionless and blank, open-eyed, staring ahead.
Slap his cheeks. Or
I was just going to say, I want to lightly slap him. Like, in control.
Okay.
Not like full bore, but I mean, like, enough to feel, but not too much to, like...
He's not trying to keep his pimp hand strong.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What if we take him out of the room?
What
We're getting
if,
closer to Weekend at Bernie's. It's getting so close.
What if we just slice his cheek?
I'm going to be pissed if that works. So, Brad, don't let that happen. I mean...
We can also just leave him and go deal with the machine.
He's pretty well tied up. I mean,
And gagged. And I bet you his goons know not to come into his office.
Well, it was locked, too, so...
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm okay with just leaving him.
All right. I guess we'll just leave him.
Okay, I'm gonna slice his cheek.
So everybody starts leaving. And you're like, hold on. Do you have a knife or anything?
Damn it.
What are you going to use your rifle?
Slice his cheek with my rifle butt.
Does he have like a pen on the desk? Or
Like one
anything?
of those letter opener knife kind of things?
Yeah, or even like a ballpoint pen
Sure,
or something.
I'll give you that. He's got a letter opener, one of those knife. It's not like a. Couldn't be really used as a knife, but I mean you could use it carefully to a stationary target to break skin.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm just gonna break skin. It doesn't have to be on his face. I mean that's.
Okay. Try and get some sort of pain reaction out of him.
Yeah.
Nothing. So whatever's affecting this guy is pretty heavy duty.
Okay, I stab it in
We
his
could also-
temple.
Jesus.
We could also, like, drag him into the wardrobe and close that so that if somebody does open it, it just looks like he's not here.
Is a wardrobe big enough?
Not for a guy tied up in a chair.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
his
think
cha-
it'd be-
they're gonna come in and be like, his chair's gone.
But we'll just relock the door. We can
you
clearly
relock?
pick it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to check him for keys.
Okay. He doesn't have a key, and there wasn't a key in the desk.
So he was locked in here.
I did a thing. See me do a thing there?
So however it was locked, it apparently someone locked him in.
Does the door lock from the inside?
Yeah, you can lock it from either inside or outside.
So maybe someone put him in this trance, left, and locked it, so that like he could complete his vision quest or something.
Yeah, I don't know what else we could do besides.
Unless we wanted to, since now he's the prisoner, unless we wanted to untie him and leave him so that if whoever comes back, why is he now suddenly tied up
Well,
and with a cut across his cheek? No, whatever.
And what's that smell from the thing in his mouth?
Whatever. I think we just leave. Let's go.
so let's go back to the dining room hall and then check the other door with the noise on the inside of it then.
Okay, so you close the door behind you, but you don't really have a means to lock it.
Right.
So
Reverse lockpick.
reverse pick lock. Okay, so you go back into the dining hall, and you go now. The door you haven't been through is straight across. So you go across to the other door in the dining hall, the one that you heard the bubbly, boily noise of the liquid and the faint machine noise, and the door is closed.
I'm gonna attempt to open it.
Okay, it opens. It is not locked.
Grug's gonna say, "Yeah, you did it, Zerosi."
It opens.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that I picked the lock.
Success! So the door opens up, and there's a very short hallway, only about a 5-foot hallway. The floor in here is tiled. The walls are also reinforced with constructed walls over top of the cavern walls. And this is a room. It looks like a laboratory. There are many, many tables and benches all around the room, and almost all of them have shelving with different beakers and bottles with different colored fluids, and there's an apparatus that's kind of got a little flame that's heating a liquid that's making the liquid run through this windy tube that drips into another bottle. Very Frankenstein's laboratory kind of look to this room. There are 2 other exits in this room. One kind of straight across, and another in the middle of the wall to your left as you enter the room. And after just the room is cluttered with these scientific laboratory beakers and bottles and gizmos and things like that. The sound of the machine noise is coming from that passageway, not a doorway, but a passageway to the left, to your left. The room straight across from you, the exit straight across from you is a doorway.
Okay.
The door is closed. Standing in the middle of this room, you see an older gentleman in a lab coat who you recognize as Felix Gustafsson, the old man that was kidnapped from the train at the beginning. So you see Felix Gustafsson standing there mixing chemicals, and he looks up and makes eye contact, very surprised to see you.
Now, do we recognize it's him?
You do.
Because we only saw him very briefly.
Zerosi saw him pretty well.
Okay.
And I'll tell you right now, it's Felix Gustafsson. And we'll actually find out what happens next week.
Hot dang.
So real quick, I just want to clarify the difference between a wheelchair and a wheelie chair. Do wheelie chairs only always do wheelies whenever you're moving?
Correct. Correct. And you sit at them at a desk. Clearly, you've never lived, Nagi. You've never lived.
I'm gonna check and make sure he's got like his labor percentages all right.
Right. Check his books. When he wakes up, listen, sir, there's some things you need to fix here.
Yeah, we're doing a full audit.
Yeah, we're with the government.
We're the audit police. Audit adventurers.
FBI. Shut this bar down. It's not to code.
And then that's what the evil's been thwarted.
And then we go to the next.
The evil was his bad tax information.
Yeah.
Causing the realm to fall into the world of chaos.
What we'll do is we'll tie his left leg to my right leg.
Perfect.
And his right leg to my left leg.
And we'll just walk down.
Our arms will be around him, holding him up.
But then you find out he's like super strong. He just starts running around.
It's like a dad with toddlers.
Yeah, exactly. Whee!
I just picture him running out of the cave with us like dangling behind him.
Just taking non-lethal damage.
Ankles are just breaking.
Zero, say follow!
So it has armrests,
Yep,
but it doesn't have wheelies.
correct.
This world sucks.
They haven't invented the wheel yet.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
They just have-
wagons are like sleds.
Yeah,
They just slide across
Didn't
the
we
ground.
just ride on a train? Is it just
Have you ever?
across the
They've
metal?
got bullet trains.
Yeah.
It's a monorail, magnetic train. They don't have wheels, but they have monopole
It
magnets.
uses kinetic force to hover above.
Right. Well, it was locked, too, so
Yeah.
whatever he was doing by himself. Come on, man. Well, I'm just making an observation here.
He really likes the Lazy J Ranch.
He's like, damn, those books look good.